Hey Lions fans, welcome into another edition of the Coaches Show. We're here with women's basketball coach Abby Stutts. Coach, thanks for doing this morning.
Thank you.
Big win last week, lost to Campbellsville at home in a really tough game, and went to their place and played really well. So just talk about that win and what that meant to you guys.
Yeah, that was huge for us. I know that we have never beaten them at Campbellsville, and I didn't know this going into the game, but I saw a parent post that I don't think they've lost a home game in the last 2 years.
Okay.
And so I think that they were on a winning streak at home. And overall, just in general in this conference, but especially at Campbellsville, it is a really tough place to play. Great game day atmosphere. They've got all the works. And so being able to go on the road, have very limited fans, to be able to come together and get a big win like that is huge.
Yeah. Was there one thing you could point to that was different? Was it an attitude thing, a preparation? What you just made shots? What was different in that second game?
Yeah, I feel like we really just stuck with our same game plan from what we were trying to do the first time. I think the first time we just kind of came out a little bit were shell-shocked versus them. They play a very aggressive style. And if you're not used to playing against it, it is really hard to prepare for. And so I feel like initially preparing for the first time we played them, we felt good about it. We were prepared, but it was just one of those nights that they played extremely well and we did not. And they really handed it to us. And so we went to the film room. We got back to it. We even brought some guys in off of campus just to give a little bit more length. Very tall group of girls. And so we brought some guys in to be able to work against that. But I really think ultimately just being able to see our mistakes on film and understanding most of those were in our control. And that's the biggest thing that I talk about with our girls is control what you can control.
Yeah.
You can't always control the shots that you make or don't make or the officials or whatnot, but you can always take care of the ball. You can always talk on defense. Those little things that you can control. And so I really think that that's the mindset we went in with playing them on the road was controlling what you can control, no matter what, the ups and the downs, understanding they're going to go on a run, the fans are going to get crazy, there may be a terrible call, maybe you airball a shot. No matter what, we don't waver from our game plan. We're together, we want to be tough, and sticking to that no matter what, I feel like was what really gave us the edge and the win on that day.
Okay, now coming up, rest of the schedule here, you've got Cumberland, Lindsey Wilson, and then Georgetown and Cumberland's again. So no days off in the Mid-South. But just talk about the rest of the way here and what you're focused on.
Yeah, definitely as we're kind of coming to an end as far as the regular season, the way that we started this year was talking about maximizing our team's potential. And the whole year, I've really tried to keep our girls focused on it is us versus us and not trying to put a label on you've got to beat this team or you've got to beat this team or you got to beat this ranking or, whatever. Because I think you can get really caught up in a lot of pressure situations. And don't get me wrong, pressure is a good thing at times because it means you're working for something and you have high expectations for it. But I really believe when you're focused on us being the best team that we possibly can be, we're going to really like the results at the end of the day. So that's really kind of where we're at as these last couple of games come up is we're not taking anybody lightly. We respect all of these teams in the Mid-South, no matter rankings, no matter record. Anybody, any given night can slip up and beat you. And so just really trying to get that consistency so that way at the very end of the season, no matter where we end up landing, we can look back and say, we maxed out our potential. We became the best version of ourselves. So,
yeah, and then you mentioned ranking there and not trying to be a focus. Now, when we're filming this, the coaches poll come out today. But we were talking before, and you said that the coaches poll really isn't the thing that's going to matter for national tournament placement and seeding. So, just talk about that.
Yeah, that I believe got changed this year. So there's a lot of different rankings and this and that and the other. But there's a coaches poll where each conference has a rater and they go through and they have phone calls and they talk about who should be in what place and whatnot. And so this year they made the change, though, that the coaches poll has no effect on national tournament seeding. So really Coaches Poll this year is kind of, I don't want to say not popularity, but more of just kind of bragging rights or whatnot where you can see.
It's still a fun thing.
Right.
It's something that, that everybody takes pride in. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but as far as your seeding for national tournament, it has no weight towards that. So there are other things called the RPI.
Okay.
And it kind of calculates like your strength of schedule, your winning percentage, the teams you've played and their winning percentage. And so that is something that holds probably the most weight. And that I think is a little bit more computer based. And so right now we just got moved as of Monday. We're number 2.
Yep.
But our strength of schedule, just what we were talking about with the conference, our strength of schedule is number 3 in the nation right now. And if you look at the RPI, I think it's like Campbellsville, us, maybe Cumberland's, Georgetown, like we're all Bethel right there.
Too. Yeah.
Yes.
There's
right
5
there in the
Mid-South
top.
teams in the top 8 when we were just looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes. So it is a battle. But it's also fun to say like you truly have something to back up to say you were playing against the best of the best right now, you know?
Yeah. And so like you mentioned, it's some kind of statistical where your opponents and their winning percentages play into that strength of schedule. It's not just like the coaches seeing your schedule and saying, hey, we feel like you've played a tough schedule.
Right. Yeah.
So there's actually some math or whatever that's going into that. Okay. Well, that's very helpful. Hopefully as we go in the stretch here, everybody, hopefully we keep moving up in the Coaches Poll too. I think we've been playing well, so hopefully that happens as well. But all right, I was going to end it here with a little rapid fire.
Oh dear.
So no memory,
Okay, good.
no memory
Okay,
game
good.
today, but
Okay,
just like getting to know you kind of stuff. So what's your favorite vacation?
Ooh, I really love like to travel. Our family every year takes a family vacation, and we go to like, I say random spots, but we're not like just a beach person or just a mountains person. You know, we try to go to like a different city. My mom, we're the family that has like the whole itinerary. We usually take like a 15-passenger van and we all load up and go together. So really, I just like going to like new places. If it was just like me and my friends, I do love the beach. But I want to see the world. So.
Okay. What about your favorite kind of music?
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right, so a little rapid fire here.
I'm doing great.
Another reason to get a background. We have a frame right over there. So, and someone said that the stretchy cloth is not that expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little rapid fire here. What's your favorite vacation?
I really probably don't have a favorite. We, as a family, we go on a family vacation every summer. And I feel like they're random places because we don't just go to like just the beach.
You go to the same place every year.
Right. And so we try to go to kind of a bigger city, or honestly, actually, I take that back. Sometimes it is a hole in the wall and everybody's like, why are you going there? But my mom is the type where like she has the printed itinerary out. We all get one. A lot of times we rent like a 15-passenger van and we're all piling in there. So it's a lot of fun though. We usually get an Airbnb and just like spending time together. But as far as my family, that's how that goes. And if I was just with my friends, I'd probably enjoy just going to the beach and just laying in the sun and everything. But I don't have a specific place. I really would just love to like travel the world. So
yeah. So then what about your favorite kind of music?
Same kind of thought. I really don't have like one thing. I'm that annoying person in the car that like you go from country to hip hop to folk music to worship music. Like it's just all over the place. So I'm not drawn to like one specific kind of genre, but overall I love music. Like it makes me extremely happy. I love to sing. I love to dance, just have a great time. So just in general, I love music.
And then I get a little dangerous asking the coaches this one here, but what's your favorite hobby outside of basketball? Or what is your hobby outside of
that? That has been a topic of discussion. I have some friends from our life group at church, and that's what their advice to me is handling stress and whatnot. They're like, you need to find a hobby. So I don't have one yet. I have tried to become like a walker. I do enjoy that. I've started to try audiobooks, but I really don't have like a specific hobby yet. I've heard suggestions of like golf or some other things, but I don't have like one yet, and I'm in search of one.
Okay.
I'll take any suggestions.
I don't think, from the audience, suggestions for Abby's new hobby. I don't think any coach I've asked yet has one. And kind of like, that's your job is your hobby, right?
Yeah.
Like you've something that's been a big part of your life that you enjoy for a long time. So.
Absolutely.
All right, favorite memory from FHU?
For my time as an assistant, definitely the stretch when we won the conference tournament. Looking back, we had been an underdog. We were a really young team, had a great year, but in conference, playing against some really good, experienced teams. And so going into conference tournament, we had to play Cumberland's team we had not beaten yet. We came out, we beat them, and then in the semis, we played Campbellsville, also a team we had not beaten yet. And so just to be able to string those wins together back to back within like a day or two, just that feeling, I remember feeling so proud of just the toughness, the togetherness that the girls really showed on the biggest stage too. And then we ended up going to win the conference championship, which is just awesome. And then our men's team won the conference championship that night too. So overall, that was just a really, really special memory. And then as far as head coach goes, this year, it'd probably be a tough close one between when we beat Rio Grande on the road over Christmas. They were number 8 team. We were receiving votes at the time. Knew we were going to be playing a good team, but I felt really good about our chances, and we just came out from the get-go. We led, I think we got up like maybe 14-0 or something where we had a really strong start. Girls were just having a lot of fun. It was a great game. We ended up winning, I think, by 30. And then also this past week, beating Campbellsville at Campbellsville. I recently had a conference coach who said, like, I've never done that, and I've been coaching for, however many years. So just beating them, really great team, respect their program a lot, but beating them at their home place was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Those are good memories there. We really appreciate you doing this. Thank you, and we're looking forward to watching you the rest of the way. Hopefully we'll do this again when we're in the national tournament and starting to make a run.
I hope so. I appreciate that.
That'll do it for this episode of The Coaches Show. Thanks for watching, and go Lions. All right, that'll work.
Ta-da! I did mention that I like to...
Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Coaches Show. If you liked this video, please give us a like down below, and please subscribe to our channel. For the most up-to-date information on Freed-Hardeman Athletics, you can visit our website, gofhulions.com, and you can follow us on all social media outlets at gofhulions on Facebook and X, at go_FHU_Lions on Instagram. If you're interested in joining the Director Circle or Lionbackers, there's an informational video on the screen now. There's also links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and go Lions.